Good morning. Deputy Minister for Communication, Honorable George Anda, the Cybersecurity Advisor and the convener of this program, Dr. Albert Anchubuesiakon, Director General of NITA, Mr. Richard Ochrifosu, Director of Health Promotions from Ghana Health Service, Dr. Dacosta Boaji, Representative of CalBank, Mr. Philip Redu, Representative of the Managing Director of Accra Digital Center, David Ofori. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to week 2, day 1 of NACSAM 2020, dubbed the Cybersecurity in the Era of COVID-19. This forum is to discuss the impact of COVID-19 on Ghana's digitalization agenda. My name is Frederick Wachimafo, the lead for Critical National Information Infrastructure at the National Cybersecurity Center. Respectfully, shall we be upstanding for a moment of prayer? Our Father in heaven, we thank you for a wonderful day you have made. We thank you for our health. We thank you for this opportunity to meet, to discuss the effect of this pandemic on Ghana's digitalization agenda. Father, may this meeting be fruitful. May this meeting be interactive. May the Holy Spirit guide us. We ask for clear mind and focus. In the end of it all, may your name be truly glorified. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. Shall we be seated? Shall we have the opening remarks by Dr. Albert Anchubuesiakon?
Isn't this working? The Honorable Deputy Minister for Communications and MP for Utusenya West, Honorable George Anda, the Director General of the National Information Technology Agency, Mr. Richard Ochrifosu, the MD of CalBank, Mr. Philip Redu, heads of agencies, representatives from the business community, reps from the ministry and the National Cybersecurity Center, everybody following this session through our various virtual channels. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to express my appreciation to the leadership of this critical sector, the information and communications technology sector, for the leadership and guidance over the past 3.5 years. Our appreciation goes to the President, His Excellency, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, for his leadership, wisdom, and commitment to build a resilient digital economy. My appreciation also goes to the Minister for Communications and MP for Ablekuma West, Honorable Eslawu Suekufu. I had 2 able deputy ministers, Honorable George Anda, who is delivering the keynote address this morning, and also Honorable Alexander Aband for their unflinching support to the National Cybersecurity Center. Of course, Honorable Eslawu Suekufu established the National Cybersecurity Center in 2018, so there is no doubt about her commitment to our work, but above all, her commitment to the development of Ghana's cybersecurity ecosystem. We appreciate the political commitment which has also brought a number of private sector and international partners on board for the development of Ghana's cybersecurity. Ladies and gentlemen, the advent of COVID-19 pandemic has occasioned a certain shift from physical interactions and engagement to an increased reliance on digital platforms. This movement has been motivated by the necessary imposition of certain measures which restricted movement and limited access to physical space and contact. We have one of the key actors of COVID-19 protocols here with us, who will be sharing his perspective. Consequently, ICT has become the heartbeat of various forms of interactions and activities in this era, and countries around the world have deployed diverse ICT tools to respond to the demands of the time. The session today is expected to investigate and explore the diverse areas COVID-19 has impacted on our digitalization efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, as the world witnessed a surge in the use of ICT tools and a consequent increase in interactions in the digital ecosystem, it is imperative that attention is given to the threats end users face online. The increasing use of IT infrastructure should be complemented adequately with measures to protect users from potential cyber attacks. The threat Ghana faces are no different from other countries: cyber fraud, publication of non-consensual intimate images, misinformation, phishing attacks, online impersonation, identity theft, child online abuse, distributed denial of service attacks, and ransomware are among the top 10 cybersecurity incidents recorded by Ghana. This information was compiled through the report received by the National Cybersecurity Center through the Cybercrime Cybersecurity Incident Points of Contact, and also reports from the sectorial computer emergency response teams and institutions, including our own NITA, but also the Criminal Investigation Department. In view of the cybersecurity threat faced by Ghana, the National Cybersecurity Center has undertaken a number of initiatives under the direction of the Ministry of Communications. These include the revision of Ghana's national cybersecurity policy and strategy to provide strategic guidance and roadmap for Ghana's cybersecurity, the development of the computer emergency response team ecosystem, including the establishment of a security operations center to secure IT systems of MDAs. This innovative intervention will be launched later in the month at the premises of the National Information Technology Agency, and I believe the director himself will speak to the matter later on when he takes the floor. The introduction of a cybersecurity bill to further strengthen the legal regime for Ghana's cybersecurity development, including the protection of critical information infrastructure, the implementation of the Safer Digital Ghana program, which was launched by the Vice President, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, as well as the launch of the POC for incident reporting. Ladies and gentlemen, the POC for cybersecurity incident reporting, which was launched in 2019 by the Minister for Communications to facilitate the reporting of cybersecurity incidents, has become a national asset in view of its continuous impact on the ordinary citizen. The POC has saved over 5,000 Ghanaians from potential cyber fraud between the period of January to August 2020. Many more people during this period under review called the POC to seek for guidance and advisory in resolving potential cybersecurity incidents, including those who were nearly defrauded by cyber fraudsters, as well as criminals who were exploiting COVID-19 related teams to target unsuspecting citizens. Please, I'm therefore encouraging the public to seek for the necessary guidance and advisory from the National Cybersecurity Center to prevent falling victim to the cyber crimes. Please speak to the POC officers on 292 before you start to engage on potential incident that could lead to fraud. Before you part with the money, as the online transaction that you may be involved may constitute fraud. The National Cybersecurity Center will continue to engage with all relevant stakeholders to ensure the resilience of Ghana's digital ecosystem. Let me also take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to urge businesses to actively support employees to develop a safer cyber culture through awareness creation, education, and training programs. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Minister, your presence here and participation in today's event is a reflection of our joint commitment to the overall cybersecurity development of this great nation. I therefore encourage us all to continue to support government and the private sector as we seek to consolidate our effort towards securing Ghana's digital journey, especially in this era of COVID-19. I appreciate your participation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Albert Nchugwesiako, National Cybersecurity Advisor, for delivering the opening remarks. Shall we have the Deputy Minister for Communication deliver the keynote speech? Shall we welcome him?
Thank you very much. And thank you, Albert, for the great opening remarks. The National Cybersecurity Advisor, Dr. Albert Nchugwesiako, the Managing Director and Rep for the Accra Digital Center, the Acting Director General, the Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communications, Mr. Abraham Kofi Asante, or his rep, the rep of Ghana Post, the rep of the Ghana Meteorological Agency, the MD of Carl Merchant Bank, Director General NATO, members of the National Cybersecurity Technical Working Group, representatives from the Ghana Health Service, representatives from the various ministries, our friends from the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I warmly welcome all of you to today's Roundtable Forum, which is aimed at engaging various stakeholders and experts to evaluate the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on Ghana's digitization agenda. I also wish to extend greetings from the Honorable Minister for Communications, who, together with His Excellency the Vice President, continue to demonstrate great leadership and commitment to securing and delivering Ghana's digital journey. I must commend your participation in the previous week's activity, which focused exclusively on child online protection and its intricacies. The government of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, in embracing change and creating a cyber-centric economy, has pursued an agenda to transform the nation through digitization. In this regard, government has implemented various digital initiatives, including but not limited to e-Parliament, the paperless sports system, e-Justice, e-Procurement, e-Passport, mobile money interoperability, amongst others. These initiatives have not only made services more accessible to the public, but have also made Ghana a hub of excellence in cybersecurity. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the COVID-19 pandemic has caused a paradigm shift in various aspects of the socio-economic lives of nations and has challenged the resilience of our cyber system and that of the global community. The ever-dynamic trend of cybercrime, according to the International Telecommunications Union, ITU, increases daily as the global digitization citizenship surges. The presence of cyber criminals online puts critical infrastructure at risk, since their confidentiality, integrity, and availability risk being compromised and consequently deprive people of critical services. An Interpol assessment of the impact of the COVID-19 on cybercrime has revealed that major corporations, government, and critical infrastructure have become targets for cyber criminals since the outbreak of this pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, globally, this pandemic has had immense impact on all sectors, including education, health, commerce, tourism. As of the 6th of May 2020, UNESCO had estimated that 177 countries have closed schools nationwide, impacting over 1.2 billion learners globally. UNICEF has also indicated that 186 countries are currently implementing nationwide closures, and 8 of these countries are implementing local closures, which have impacted about 98.5% of the world's students' population. The government of Ghana, under the leadership of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, in the best interest of our students, postponed the academic year for those below senior high school to 2021 as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. The International Monetary Fund has forecasted that the COVID-19 pandemic is set to result in the worst recession since the Great Depression, which occurred in the 1920s and the early 1930s. Evidently, numerous economies have been hard hit by the outbreak of the pandemic, and Ghana is no exception. Despite these discouraging statistics, digitization has proven to be the best option for business continuity and normalization, access to educational facilities and materials, and critical operations, amongst other endeavors. It is therefore no surprise that there has been a heightened dependency on technology tools to ensure the continuous access to goods and services amidst the COVID-19 pandemic and social distancing protocols. Some countries, through the use of artificial intelligence, have utilized technology and digital platforms to prefer solutions, identify COVID-19 treatment, and aid in contact tracing. As part of the government's effort to address the COVID-19 pandemic, the COVID-19 Tracker app was rolled out to aid in the tracking of possible COVID-19 cases which were positive. The government of Ghana also offered crucial reliefs and tax waivers to financial institutions, government health workers, provision of electricity and water, amongst others. Ladies and gentlemen, since Ghana recorded its first COVID-19 positive case in March, the nation has undergone diverse waves of transformation to align with the protocols needed to defeat this virus. The communication sector, amongst others, has been working tirelessly with our agencies to shoulder the huge responsibility of ensuring seamless interaction within the digital ecosystem. The migration of services onto digital platforms by schools, businesses, and government has inadvertently made the digital ecosystem the heartbeat of our economy. The International Monetary Fund earlier this year had stated that Ghana's 2020 estimated GDP growth rate could decline from 6.8% to 2.6% as part of the lower productivity associated with various lockdown measures. We must therefore double our efforts because the critical national information infrastructure of our country, which encompasses education, finance, health, telecommunications, and government, thrives successfully on the digital systems and consequently contributes significantly to our social economic development. A disruption in these services and infrastructure would have a devastating impact on the country's security and other sectors of the economy. At the height of the COVID-19 crisis, we witnessed a surge of the use of various digital platforms around the globe and Ghana. Globally, a 59% penetration rate was recorded for the use of internet users as of July 2020, and the source is via social. And a 48% penetration rate for internet users was recorded for Ghana as of January 2020. In order to make room for these surges, the government of Ghana, through the Ministry of Communications, granted extra spectrum to some mobile network operators to ease the pressure by the public on data bandwidth. As more people take to digital platforms to conduct their businesses and enjoy services, the government is not oblivious of these risks associated with the increased interaction on our digital space. The government has therefore put in place stringent measures to address some of these issues, especially ones that pertain to the increase in internet accessibility. Since March, the National Cybersecurity Center has recorded a significant increase in the number of cybercrime, cybersecurity incidents reported by the public and institutions through cybercrime, cybersecurity incident reporting points of contact, POCs. Prominent among these incidents are phishing, malware, and denial of service attacks, amongst others. Many high-ranking government and public officials have been the target of impersonation and identity theft cases. This means that government, in collaboration with key stakeholders, need to continue strengthening existing protocols to ensure intensified resilience of various ICT systems used by the public and institutions of the various sectors of our economy. In addressing some of these cybercrime, cybersecurity issues, which have become more prominent in recent times, the Ministry of Communications, through the National Cybersecurity Center, has presented a cybersecurity bill to Cabinet for consideration and enactment by Parliament. When passed into law, the cybersecurity bill will cater extensively for the prosecution of cybercrime and will also ensure robust regulation of the cybersecurity ecosystem in our country. The Ministry of Communications, through the National Cybersecurity Secretariat, has further revised the National Cybersecurity Policy and Strategy with content that reflects current trends in the area of cybersecurity and cybercrime. Cybersecurity in this era has therefore become the pillar to safeguard our social economic development and sustain our national defense from potential cyber attacks. Strategic and priority initiatives and investments implemented, including the development of the National and Sectorial Computer Emergency Response Teams, SETs, and Security Operations Centers, SOCs, has improved our effectiveness and efficiency in responding to cyber-related attacks on critical infrastructure. Additionally, due to the wide population from all sectors resulting to digital platforms for social economic activities, the National Cybersecurity Center would need to leverage on this development to intensify their sensitization and awareness creation on cybercrime, cybersecurity, which is underpinned by the National Cybersecurity Awareness Program dubbed A Safer Digital Ghana, launched by His Excellency the Vice President, Alhaji Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, on October 1st, during the 2018 edition of the National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. This will be a major catalyst in strengthening the security of citizens on the cyberspace. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, despite all these efforts, we acknowledge that we have a long way to go in ensuring a secure digital ecosystem. I, therefore, employ us all to engage actively in this month-long event in order to equip ourselves with various necessary cybersecurity best practices needed to stay safe in the digital ecosystem. I also entreat all participants to engage fully in this forum to ensure that we achieve the laid down objectives. As we continue to use the phrase, stay safe, in reference to COVID-19, I, on behalf of the ministry, admonish us to also stay safer online, as the digital space has become a very fertile ground for preparation of various crimes. May the good Lord continue to bless our homeland Ghana, and may he give His Excellency the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and his team another 4 more years to do more for a digitally secured Ghana. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable George Anda, Deputy Minister for Communication, for an informative keynote speech. Shall we hear a message from the Director, Managing Director of Cowbank, Mr. Philip Oredu?
Honorable Deputy Minister, Mr. George Anda, the National Security, Cyber Security Advisor, Mr. Nchibu Esiakon, all protocols observed. Thank you very much for having Cowbank here to celebrate this week of cybersecurity awareness with you. I'd like to welcome everyone here to the 2020 National Cybersecurity Awareness Month under the theme, Cybersecurity in the Era of COVID-19. COVID-19 has had a serious impact on global economies, and Ghana has not been spared. I believe we all have experienced its effects one way or the other. The world has experienced incredible changes over the course of very few months. Businesses, governments, consumers have all been under immense pressure to keep things going while operating in a world in upheaval and change. Nations, businesses, and consumers worldwide have responded to the outbreak by adapting to various measures, including the mobilization of resources to sustain the infrastructure, systems, and digital devices, and created new and innovative digital solutions in addition to enhancing the consumption and use of technology. The effects of the pandemic have put severe pressure on banking customers across various segments, such as retail, commercial, and corporate. There is also increased reliance on digital channels, with constant pressure on technology infrastructure and resources. We have seen an increase from the migration of in-branch customers to customers using the various platforms of about 30 to 40%. Financial institutions are rapidly deploying remote systems and network to support staff, working from home, whilst criminals are also taking advantage of increased security vulnerabilities to steal data, generate profits, and cause disruption. I'm sure we've all heard of the incidents not too long ago at early parts of this month in Uganda, where criminals, through cyber fraud, were able to commit a fraud to the tune of $3.2 million, which brought the Momo services operated by MTN, Airtel, and Stanbic to a complete halt in Uganda for a period of time. So we can understand the need for us to ensure that we keep our systems and our infrastructure within the banking sector and the financial system safe. Cyber criminals are developing and boosting their attacks at an alarming pace, exploiting the fear and uncertainty caused by the unstable social and economic situation created by COVID-19. These modern attacks have been automated and are quite difficult to detect. Unfortunately, there is no single method that can successfully protect against every single type of attack. Internal threat activity has also gained prominence in the COVID-19 era as far as cyber attacks are concerned. The world is seeing an upsurge in cyber attacks. Therefore, the industry must invest more to educate users of digital services, conduct proper security assessments of our systems, adopt a layered approach to cyber defense to provide holistic protection. The future, however, is bright, and we can adhere to initiatives that have been provided by governments, regulatory bodies, and standard authorities. The Honorable Deputy Minister has elaborated in terms of what government is doing to ensure that our cyber world remains very safe. The business sector is grateful for the initiative of government in laying and building the blocks to protect Ghana's cyberspace. This comes in the form of Electronic Transaction Act 2008, which seeks to protect consumers against cyber fraud and attacks, the Data Protection Act of 2012, which provides a legal framework for the protection of personal information. There is currently an ongoing process within the financial service sector and the telcos to put in place a payment systems strategy, which is quite strong on digitization and also ensuring that there is a safe and secure environment through which financial services will be provided. In the banking sector, the growing online services is an area of concern. The introduction of the Bank of Ghana's Cybersecurity Directive for financial institutions has helped to provide guidelines for cyber and information security in the financial sector. This has strengthened the customer confidence in the security of banking technology in Ghana. Organizations are hereby encouraged to sensitize their employees around information security outside the office environment. We at CalBank have ensured that in conforming to these directives from the central bank, technologies such as PCI DSS, ISO 27001 have all been implemented in the bank to ensure that we protect our customers. We are going the full haul to ensure that the directive is fully adhered to, and not just the directive, but looking at best practice within the world to ensure that the bank keeps its customers safe. At CalBank, even though the pandemic has posed its challenges to us, we have seen huge opportunities in our operations. We have acted on this to ramp up our digital transformation. Beginning of this year, we had a digitization strategy. Going through that strategy, by March, that strategy had to be hastened because what we thought we were going to do through the year, obviously were all pushed forward by this pandemic. We have had to quicken a number of plans that we have scheduled for the year, and we are excited that the outcome of this has been very good so far. Our customers over the period have been encouraged to opt for our newly launched user-friendly and secure digibank solutions, which, when they visit our banking halls, which allows them to carry out their banking services without face-to-face interaction. The Car Bank app has also been enhanced, and I dare say that it is about the best app on the market at the moment. I urge everyone to download this app, because whether you're a Car Bank customer or not, you can use it, and it's a very good platform to ensure that you are able to provide services for yourself. We also have our short code, *771, which is basically for customers who do not have very digitally savvy phones. Our internet banking and our agent points are also options which are available to customers. We are glad about the uptake of our digital products, and we continue to invest in the security platform that protects the bank and the funds of our customers. We continue to train our staff in technological advances and cybersecurity trend. And I should say that the National Advisor has been a very good partner to the bank and to the banking sector to ensure that we enhance the knowledge of our staff, to ensure that we operate using globally accepted standards. With the growth of cyber security threats, we will continue to equip our team with the required tools needed to ensure their security online and banks' overall security. We will continue to invest in our commitment to ensure a viable and secure banking system across all aspects of our operations. We will continue to let our values of responsible, effective, and decisive continue to guide our operations, and will deliver a secure banking offering to our customers, partners, and other stakeholders. Digital transformation is no longer a journey. Digital dependence is a new normal. This has entirely changed our risk posture as organizations and the financial service sector require a whole new approach to cyber and information protection. Cyber security threats are going to intensify, and we, as the financial service sector and the banking sector, do have a responsibility to ensure that we protect all our stakeholders. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the Managing Director for Car Bank, Mr. Philip Uredu, for your message. That is a very welcome message from Car Bank. Shall we just take a 10-minute break? We'll use the break for just some tea and photo opportunity just to commemorate the occasion, and then we'll come back for the highlight of this program. We're going to have presentations from the various institutions and agencies, government institutions and agencies, I beg your pardon. We'll start from the NITA, that is the National Information Technology Agency, will make a presentation. Then we'll have the Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communication, GIFEC, make a presentation. Then another presentation from the Ghana Health Service, a presentation from Ghana Post Company Limited, and then the Accra Digital Center. Please don't be in a hurry to go away, just a 10 minutes break. Thank you.